What's going on, guys? Welcome to Coin Chat number 10. Today's Monday. I hope everyone's week started off well. Today, I want to cover a few things. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin testing this resistance that we're at. We're also going to be looking at one investing tip, which I always like to go over from someone else in the community. Today, we're going to be looking at a tweet from BitLord, and it talks about waiting for confirmation. It's very relevant to what happened today in the Bitcoin market. So want to cover that, give you guys some perspective past what I offer so that you can hear from different people in the space and hopefully implement some of that stuff, whether you implement what I'm talking about, whether you implement what other people are talking about. The whole goal here is to make some more Bitcoin, give you guys some different perspectives. So that's what we're here to do. This is the crypto show that helps you make more Bitcoin. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I already see a pretty good crew here in the chat. This is nice. A bigger audience every single time. Before I shout you guys out, one quick disclosure I always have to throw out there. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I think all you guys know that by now, but let's jump right into it. What's going on, everyone in the chat? If you guys have any questions, I always cover those at the very end, so please throw those in. I'm going to give a quick shout to everyone in here. What's up, Nick? Nick, first one in here. Big Mac, longtime supporter. What's up, man? Glad to have you in. What's going on, Jordan? Thanks for waiting. Thanks for staying awake. What's going on, David, Rod? No one knows what's next. We'll talk a little bit about that. What's up, Mata? A whole lot of you guys in here. I don't want to go through them all. Too many. What's up, Luis? Cheers, DP, private stock. Thanks, guys. It's so cool seeing all you guys sign in. What's up, Jason? Appreciate it, man. Anyways, let's jump right into this, guys. I'm going to cover some stuff, hopefully provide some value, and like I said, hopefully make some more Bitcoin or help you make some more Bitcoin going forward. So what I wanted to cover today in that chart that you've probably seen posted on Twitter 100 times is everyone was looking at this downtrend resistance, this log trend line here that Bitcoin has been respecting since the all-time high. Going back to the fractal that I posted about 2 weeks ago now, this was that decision point. And this was back in September when that decision point confirmed, and we broke the downtrend resistance before taking off. So that's kind of why everyone is clued in here. You can see as this thing progresses, you can see us getting closer and closer, calling for that first higher low. We got it. Now we're looking at that decision point, and here we are. So I threw the magnifying glass on there and talked about how important this level is. I'm sure you saw it 100 times, but I wanted to post it once again in this format so you guys can take a look. And before I even get to that investing, that trading tip from BitLord, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the play that I made, and then also how it applies to that trade or that investing thought. So once Bitcoin wasn't able to clear this downtrend resistance, so I like to look at these things. Some people say diagonal trend lines are arbitrary. Some people like to use horizontal trend lines or horizontal levels a lot more. Both of them kind of aligned right here, and this is the 11.4 to 11.7K area, major resistance. We weren't able to, it was rejected. So, I put this little thumbs down here. Price was rejected, weren't able to sustain that breakout, and we had a pretty massive sell-off really quick. And that probably hurt a lot of people that were over-leveraged, a lot of breakout traders. And what happened was, I posted this on Twitter. I always like to provide content not only for investors, but for traders too. I do my best. As the audience grows, it gets harder and harder to kind of keep everyone happy, but I'm doing my best, guys. So when I post some trades, I see some people that say, why would you short Bitcoin? And when I post investing stuff, they say, I want what's happening today. So today I was posting some more intraday, shorter time frame Bitcoin price action. I looked to go short, posted this on Twitter, took a short here on the perpetual swap at 11,390 once we broke through this fib support, previous support turned resistance. And then I saw us kind of catching this. I'm going to go to bed soon. I don't want to be short against a trend that's been moving higher over the past couple weeks, over the past month, really. So I closed that short. Who knows? It could run a little bit lower, but I was hoping we would get a little bit of a stronger dump. But the reason that I wanted to bring BitLord's tweet onto the show today, the reason I wanted to kind of highlight that, you guys know I like to highlight different people from the community for a lot of reasons, because I don't know everything. I don't think anyone knows everything, I should say. But it's important to get perspective, and that's what Twitter helps with so much. It's important to get perspective from so many people in the space. Different people have strengths in different things. And the one thing that BitLord brings, he's been around the space definitely a lot longer than me, a lot longer than other people. But the one thing that I respect the most about BitLord, even though we might not agree on some things, we have very different styles, very different kind of strategies, I would say. I think some of our views might align. But anyways, he has incredible conviction in his ideas, and I respect that a lot. So I wanted to bring his tweet on because it was very relevant, and because when he speaks and when he has that much conviction, I think it's something to pay attention to. I think it's a lot better than some guys that kind of play it safe and play the it could do this, and kind of play the very vague stuff. So I like that he has conviction. I like that sometimes he kind of goes against the grain. Anyways, what he posted today, he said, some say the log chart resistance is broken. Others say it's rejected off it. I think we can all agree there's no confirmation just yet. So going back to this chart, if you were looking at smaller time frames and kind of checking this out, depending on how you drew this line, depending on how objectively you drew it, or whether you drew it from candles or to wicks, some people on smaller time frames, were saying this is a clear break. The downtrend, the correction's over. We're going straight up. We're going to 15K. We're going to 13K tomorrow. But what I like to do, and what I personally do, you guys have heard me say it a million times, especially if you follow me on Twitter. I like to say move slow, move very slow. Some guys even kind of joke around with me and say that I move too slow. But I think it's so crucial. I think it's so important, and I really like that he said wait for confirmation. The way that I like to look for confirmation is to wait for a 4-hour or a daily close above that trend line. We didn't get it. We got it on the 4-hour, not on the daily. It dumped right before we did get a close above that trend line. And what that allowed for is it allowed me to play that short term, kind of that scalp short. Maybe it makes more money if I keep it open, but for right now, I was able to earn a little bit more Bitcoin. I was able to stay objective, wait for that kind of that confirmation, and not open up some crazy 100x long and kind of lose some money there. So I really like that he said wait for confirmation. I like how much conviction he has, even if we don't agree on everything. I wanted to highlight BitLord on here. I've been highlighting a bunch of guys. I like to highlight someone every single episode. So I appreciate the tweet, BitLord, and I agree with it. I think it's very relevant today. So that's all I got, guys. Don't really have anything for the alt market. Everything else is pretty slow. Not a lot of liquidity in the alts, and it's kind of all eyes on Bitcoin and what's going to happen here and whether this line will be broken. So with that, throw some questions into the top chat, into the chat box. I'll take the best ones. Talk about the ones that can apply to everyone, and we have a couple minutes here, so I'm going to get through a couple. Andy Coyne says, Luke, do you ever think we'll see under 9K again? Andy, honestly, I mean, this would be unbelievable if we saw 94 again. I don't think that's going to happen. I think now, I don't even think we see kind of this major support again here at 94. I don't. Maybe, I don't want to say ever. I don't want to say we don't ever see that again, but I'm thinking short term. I don't think we see it. Me personally. Chris says, can I send a white paper for you to look at? Chris, yes, you can. Go to my website. I'm sure you can click around and see the email where you can contact me, and someone from my team will look at it. Want to give you a quick heads up. If you're looking for a Twitter shill, I won't do it, but I'm happy to review a white paper. Someone from my team will look at it. Of course, Dion, happy to help. Private stock, he says, when do you see us breaking out through this trend? To me, I don't know. And I'm not really in the business of trying to predict things. I think a lot of people with TA and with charts try to do that. What's interesting to me, and a lot of the people that I respect that use technical analysis and charts, all those people aren't trying to predict either. I think they also understand. I think people that really understand it and use TA at a kind of a higher level, at least the people that I look to for charts, they aren't the people drawing arrows and predicting, this and this and this. They're showing you the key levels, and they're showing you whether or not they're setting bids or they're setting asks there. So I'm not really in the business of predicting. I'm more looking for confirmations of certain levels and looking at horizontal levels. Dorian said, what do you think about ZCL? It's a given. ZCL has no value anymore. All that expected value is transferred over to Bitcoin Private. Whether or not Bitcoin Private has that value is to be seen. Phantasma, what's your take on the FUD surrounding NEO? Phantasma, it looks like that news came out about a month ago, but I wrote a NEO short down as well. I've been short NEO a few days, so that kind of helped out with this little Bitcoin short. I don't know. I don't buy into all the FUD. I think that's kind of an old article that resurfaced, but I think it is a cause for concern after reading through it. But I still like NEO. I still do like NEO. Jordan said, you had an airdrop of Pareto. Do you have any updated thoughts on Pareto? No updated thoughts, Jordan. It was just a project that I invested in, not an advisor. Wasn't paid to do that. Haven't been paid at all by Pareto. I personally invested and thought it'd be a cool way to kind of get the community involved in that project, and hopefully you guys could see the platform when it rolls out. No actual thoughts on it. I haven't done any TA or done any analysis on it past that. All right, guys, we're at 10 minutes. I have to keep this short. Let me take one more. Jamie, good question, because I'm going to pass it off to my friend Josh. He said, "What's your view on the Kumo twist, and today being the day to punch through?" I don't do any Ichimoku analysis. I keep it really simple with trend lines and with fibs. But Carpe Noctem on Twitter, you guys got to check that out. He's incredible with the cloud. He posts some stuff that I can't even keep up with on there. So ask Carpe Noctem. I'll tag him in this, but ask him about that. I don't follow that. Anyways, thank you guys for checking in. I keep this short at 10 minutes or 11 minutes now, so that you guys can keep caught up in the space. Hopefully make some more Bitcoin by learning, one investing or one trading tip from someone else in the community. And then I try to also provide some value in price action every single day or every couple days when I post these. If you want the podcast version, you can find this on SoundCloud or iTunes. I'm going to have those links below. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. I'm signing off. In the meantime, keep making that Bitcoin.